Good evening. Welcome to South Asia Newsline. I am Arjun Chaudhary. Here are the top stories we're tracking for you on Monday, the 14th of September. Afghan Taliban storm Ghazni prison, free hundreds of militants. Bomb blast in Pakistan's Multan city kills 10. And Nepal votes on new constitution draft amid protests. And now for all the details. Taliban militants on Monday stormed a jail in eastern Afghanistan and freed over 350 inmates. The suicide attack also killed and injured several Afghan security personnel.
Taliban militants attacked a prison in eastern Ghazni province and freed more than 350 prisoners. While 400 prisoners had escaped, about 80 were recaptured. Afghan officials said around 150 Taliban militants were among those freed.
6 نفر مسلح که گفته میشه با یونیفرم نظامی هم مسلح بوده هم ملبس بوده داخل فضای محبس میشوه در مرحله اول از قفل سالون میشکنانه و سر محبوسین صدا میکنه که ما طالبان هستیم به خاطر نجات شما آمدیم.
A group of Taliban insurgents in military uniform launched the well-organized suicide attack in which dozens of Afghan security personnel and prison guards were killed and several others wounded. The brazen raid was carried out in the wee hours of Monday and continued for several hours. The attack is reminiscent of the last major Afghan jailbreak in 2011 where nearly 500 Taliban militants escaped from a prison in southern Kandahar province. Afghanistan has been witnessing increasing violence ever since the militant outfit launched its spring-summer offensive in April after the end of the combat mission of the US-led NATO forces last year.
Mullah Omar, the founder of Afghan Taliban, died of natural causes in Afghanistan, his son said in a statement, quashing rumors about his mysterious death. The Taliban in July confirmed that Omar had died 2 years ago, triggering a leadership crisis within the militant organization. A hastily convened meeting had appointed Omar's deputy, Mullah Mansoor, as leader. But many commanders and Omar's family were unhappy with his appointment. Meanwhile, in Pakistan, police have said that a motorbike packed with explosives has most likely caused an explosion that rocked Multan city on Sunday, killing 10 people. The blast took place when the motorbike coming from the opposite direction crashed into a three-wheeler.
The incident took place in Pakistan's Multan city on Sunday, in which at least 10 people were killed and scores injured. According to government officials, the explosion took place when a motorbike packed with explosives hit a three-wheeler. The high-intensity blast destroyed several vehicles nearby. Buildings close to the spot were also damaged. At least 43 people were injured in the blast. The death toll could rise further as the condition of many wounded in the attack remained critical. Earlier on Sunday, military jets had bombed the Mana area of Shawal Valley in northwest Pakistan, reportedly killing at least 15 militants. The area is known to be a key Taliban stronghold and a major smuggling route into Afghanistan.
9 more Indian pilgrims have died in the Mecca crane collapse, taking the death toll of Indians to 11. This was announced by a spokesperson of the Indian Foreign Ministry, Vikas Swarup, on Sunday. Pakistan has also confirmed that 11 of its nationals have died in the incident. At least 107 people were killed and 230 injured on Friday when a crane crashed into the Grand Mosque, where hundreds of pilgrims are gathered ahead of the Hajj pilgrimage. While 2 million people are expected to arrive in Mecca for the Hajj from all over the world later this month, the incident has raised safety concerns. The demand for independence in Pakistan-administered Kashmir is growing as people here feel that Islamabad has failed to fulfill its promises. They also accuse Pakistan of exploiting natural resources of the region without providing them their due rights.
The spread of social media has fueled the demand for independence in Pakistan-administered Kashmir, nationalist leaders have said. Activists say more and more youth are now coming forward to lead protests across the region against what they say the illegal rule of Pakistan.
जो आज़ाद कश्मीर जिसको कहते हैं या गिलगित बल्तिस्तान, वहाँ की यूथ में जो है ना काफ़ी आज़ादी और अपने मुल्क की खुद मुख्तारी और इस हवाले से जो है ना ये चीज़ें बड़ी ग्रो कर गई हैं। पहले तो एक पाकिस्तान एक्सप्लॉइट करता था जो रिलीजियस सेंटिमेंट्स हैं कश्मीरी जो मुसलमान हैं स्पेशली, चाहे वो वैली में हो या हमारे यहाँ हो। लेकिन अब जो है ना सोशल मीडिया आ गया है, चलो कुछ ना कुछ अवेयरनेस लोगों में आई है, हिस्ट्री को वो गूगल करके चेक कर सकते हैं, अपने राइट्स के हवाले से अब उनमें शऊर आता जा रहा है। तो लिहाजा जो वहाँ का नौजवान है तो वो चाहता है कि हमारी जो रियासत है उसको यूनाइट होना चाहिए, इंडिपेंडेंट होना चाहिए, और पाकिस्तान का जो इलीगल ऑक्यूपेशन है वो ख़त्म होना चाहिए।
Pakistan, which is building a network of dams in the seismically active region, had promised free electricity to people. But it has gone back on its promises, citing flimsy grounds.
पाकिस्तान ने कश्मीरियों के साथ प्रॉमिस किया था कि वो हमें फ्री इलेक्ट्रिसिटी देगा। तो फ्री इलेक्ट्रिसिटी देना तो अलग बात है, जब हम रॉयल्टी की बात करते हैं तो कहते हैं रॉयल्टी आपको नहीं मिल सकती क्योंकि कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनली आप पाकिस्तान का हिस्सा नहीं है, तो रॉयल्टी हम सिर्फ प्रोविंसेस को देते हैं।
According to the rules, outsiders are not allowed to buy land or settle in Pakistan-administered Kashmir. But Khan says Islamabad is promoting large-scale migration of outsiders to Pakistan-administered Kashmir with an aim to change the region's demography.
गिलगित बल्तिस्तान में उन्होंने एक स्पेशल सेक्ट से लोगों को वहाँ लाके ना, जो वहाबी या सलफ़ी सेक्ट के लोग हैं उनको लाके वहाँ पे बसाया है ताकि उस रीजन की डेमोग्राफी को चेंज किया जा सके। तो इन फ्यूचर अगर वहाँ के लोगों से राय ली जाएगी कि आप रियासत का पाकिस्तान के साथ रहना चाहते हैं, हिंदुस्तान के साथ रहना चाहते हैं या आज़ाद और ख़ुद मुख्तार रहना चाहते हैं, तो उस चीज़ को पहले से एक प्लानिंग के तहत सिस्टमेटिकली डेमोग्राफी को चेंज कर रहे हैं कि अगर इन केस कहीं वोट की नौबत आ गई तो अपने हक में वोट लिया जा सके।
Pakistan, which claims to champion the cause of Kashmir in international forums, has paid little attention to the growing discontent among the people under its illegal occupation.
In India, Finance Minister Arun Jaitley invited US businesses to invest in the expanding infrastructure sector. While assuring them of the fairest tax regime, the minister also announced that India and the United States have set an ambitious target of increasing the bilateral trade to $500 billion US.
Assuring to provide the fairest tax regime, Indian Finance Minister Arun Jaitley on Monday asked US businesses to take advantage of the huge investment opportunity in the infrastructure sector in the country. Jaitley also allayed fears on the impact of the current global financial turmoil, saying the declining prices in international crude and commodity prices had helped India save on import bills and boost its spending on infrastructure. He was speaking at the 11th Indo-US Economic Summit in Indian capital, New Delhi.
As far as taxation is concerned, we inherited a whole host of legacy issues. Many of them have been resolved, and hopefully we are trying one by one, either through governmental decisions, legislation, or even accepting judicial mandates, to put each one of those issues to rest, so that from a regime which had earned an adverse reputation as far as the taxation systems of the country are concerned, we can evolve into one of the fairest and predictable taxation regimes in India.
Jaitley also said that both India and the US offered great opportunities in terms of investment, and the companies should help realize the decision of the two governments to increase bilateral trade by 5 times.
Both the President of the United States and the Prime Minister have now set a very ambitious goal for bilateral trade to increase it 5 times from 100 billion to 500 billion over the next few years.
The 11th Indo-US Economic Summit has been organized by the Indo-American Chamber of Commerce or IACC and will conclude on Tuesday.
Police have recovered 69 detonators from near a blast site where nearly 90 people were killed in India's central Madhya Pradesh. A team of National Investigation Agency has also reached the blast site to probe the case.
Police recovered 69 detonators from a warehouse after a deadly explosion killed nearly 90 people and injured over 100 at a restaurant in Petlawa town of Jhabua district on Saturday.
वहाँ पर मृतकों की संख्या 88 हो गई और 77 मृतकों को आइडेंटिफाइड कर लिया क्योंकि बारूद के कारण कई के शरीर अलग अलग हिस्से में गिर गए थे और अभी 11 जो है मृतकों की पहचान बाकी है और उनके नाम पता है। 11 मृतकों की पहचान बाकी है और उनके नाम पता है। 11 मृतकों की पहचान बाकी है और उनके नाम पता है। 11 मृतकों की पहचान बाकी है और उनके नाम पता है। 11 मृतकों की पहचान बाकी है और उनके नाम पता है। 11 मृतकों की पहचान बाकी है और उनके नाम पता है। 11 मृतकों की पहचान बाकी है और उनके नाम पता है। 11 मृतकों की पहचान बाकी है और उनके नाम पता है। 11 मृतकों की पहचान बाकी है और उनके नाम पता है। 11 मृतकों की पहचान बाकी है और उनके नाम पता है। 11 मृतकों की पहचान बाकी है और उनके नाम पता है। 11 मृतकों की पहचान बाकी है और उनके नाम पता है। 11 मृतकों की पहचान बाकी है और उनके नाम पता है। 11 मृतकों की पहचान बाकी है और उनके नाम पता है। 11 मृतकों की पहचान बाकी है और उनके नाम प घायलों की संख्या 110 है, इसमें 38 गंभीर रूप से घायल हैं।
Rajendra Kasawa, who is the owner of the warehouse, reportedly had the license to use the explosives but had illegally stored them at his shop close to the restaurant. Following the incident, he and his family are on the run.
सूचना पर विश्वास करके एसडीएम महोदय एवं आरआई महोदय एवं फोर्स के साथ उसके मकान पर गया। पूर्व से सील किए हुए मकान को पंचों के समक्ष ताला कटवाकर तलाशी ली गई। उसमें डेटोनेटर जो ब्लास्ट के काम आता है वह रहवासी क्षेत्र में अपने ट्रैक्टर के गैरेज के पीछे गोदाम है उसमें रखे हुए थे। एक पैकेट में मिले जिसकी संख्या 69 है।
While initial reports claimed that the incident was triggered by an exploding gas cylinder in the restaurant, which then detonated the explosives next door, officials now believe that the explosion occurred in the warehouse where explosive materials, fertilizers and other chemicals were stored. Meanwhile, the National Investigation Agency has reached the blast site to probe the case.
The Bharatiya Janata Party reached a seat-sharing agreement with its alliance partners for the upcoming Bihar state elections. The seat-sharing agreement was announced by BJP President Amit Shah in New Delhi on Monday. The agreement comes after several rounds of hectic negotiations between BJP and former Bihar Chief Minister Jitan Ram Manjhi's Hindustani Awam Morcha or HAM of the 243 assembly seats. BJP will contest 160, Lok Janshakti Party 40, Rashtriya Lok Samta Party 23 and HAM 20. Polling for the Bihar Assembly will be held in 5 phases between October 12 and November 5. Counting of votes will take place on November 8. Nepal's Constituent Assembly is voting on a draft of its new constitution despite a boycott by some parties and protests by ethnic minority groups. The promulgation of Nepal's new constitution had been delayed by years due to disagreements among main political parties.
With Nepal's major political parties agreeing to go ahead with the clause-wise voting on the final draft of the new constitution, the Himalayan nation on Sunday entered the final phase of adopting the new charter. Voting began on Sunday for the much-delayed constitution despite a boycott by Madhesi parties and violent protests that have claimed nearly 40 lives. The voting is expected to take at least a day or two. Nepal has had an interim constitution since monarchy ended in 2008 following pro-democracy protests in the country.
It was a moment of pride when India's tennis stars Sania Mirza and Leander Paes won the US Open title in their respective categories. The country erupted in joy at the remarkable feat.
Excitement and happiness spread across India as tennis sensations Sania Mirza and Leander Paes clinched the US Open title in women's doubles and mixed doubles respectively. Mirza, along with her Swiss partner Martina Hingis, beat Cassie Delacroix and Yaroslava Shvedova on Sunday to win back-to-back Grand Slams after their victory at Wimbledon. At the forefront of celebrations were students and staff of Sania Mirza Tennis Academy in southern Hyderabad city, set up by Mirza.
Really happy that Sania has won the tournament, the US Open, Grand Slam, which is really good. It's the last Grand Slam of the year, so she did a really good job. She worked a lot and she did a good job to win the Grand Slam.
And we are all feel proud of her, for her and as well as for all the players playing tennis in India. We wish them all the best.
The family of Paes was also very excited for him as he, along with Hingis, won their third mixed doubles title of the year.
It's exciting, obviously, that they've clicked as a pair. This is their third Grand Slam of the year, and we expect it will go on for a couple of years.
Mirza and Paes are the only two tennis players in India who have been awarded the country's highest sports award, the Rajiv Gandhi Khel Ratna.
Well, that's the way it was in South Asia this evening. Before we conclude the top stories once again. Afghan Taliban storm Ghazni prison, free hundreds of militants. Bomb blast in Pakistan's Multan city kills 10. And Nepal votes a new constitution draft amid protests. Now our viewers can watch the show on SouthAsiaNewsline.com. You can also visit us on Facebook.com/SAsiaNewsline and follow us on Twitter at SAsiaNewsline. That's all in tonight's edition, which is same time tomorrow. Good night.